Kevin with SkylabFlightSystems.com. I have another video for you. This is also from my request line, I guess. Some comments from one of my previous videos. A couple people had asked about comparing the Phantom 3 with the X-Star Premium. So one of the things that was discussed in those comments or questioned or brought up was the differences between the radios. So what I want to do is I want to show you these two radios side by side, and then I want to go and kind of compare the one to the other and let you know what it is that's different between them. And I think you'll see for yourself as I go along and I tell you what I think about each parts, that it may help you guys make a better decision if you're looking at the X-Star or the Phantom 3. I like both aircraft, but there's certain things that I like better on each. So let's cut over to some footage where I'm showing you guys the radios. I'm going to go through side by side, and we'll go from there. How's that? Thanks for watching, and let's see. I'm going to switch over right now to the other view. Okay, so here we have both the Phantom and the X-Star radios, and I left the device holders folded down so you could see roughly what they look like. I'm going to go ahead and stand them up a little bit. I'm going to turn them so you can see the difference. Now, one of the things that I like about the Phantom is I like the device holder and that it folds down the way that it does. The problem is that, you know, I had to buy, and I'm sure some of you have already bought, I replaced the original device holder that mounts to the radio itself with this CNC aluminum one, because it stays in place. It doesn't mess around. It doesn't move, and it's not fragile either. So, you know, that was one thing that I had to do. I'm going to slide the X-Star kind of out of the way. Those of you that have a Phantom, or if you don't, you know, the weight's not bad. The gel grips on the side are okay. The one complaint I had was the dust cover here. You know, it was pretty quick to come off on the Phantom radio. So I didn't really like that too much. The other thing that I kind of struggle with a little bit is the placement of the placement of these buttons. You know, it's a nice location, I guess, for those of you that have larger hands. I have small hands, and I find myself searching for these buttons. The programmable buttons on the back are great. And what I found myself doing was actually changing them so that they were the buttons to start and stop video and to take a photo. I moved those down here because my fingers are naturally right there. So that's the downside for me as far as the Phantom radio goes. The good side is the light bridge, the way the USB connection is, it keeps it out of the way because this handle is right here. So I really like that. You know, the gimbal tilt control and your camera control knob, it's in a good place because you can just move your fingers up from your natural grip, and they're right there. But these buttons are they're just kind of out of the way, and I feel uncomfortable. Having said that, pardon me, the media device holder on the X-Star I feel like is much better because it keeps it out of the way of the radio itself. Plus, you know, I'll go ahead and turn this on. You've got this nice this LCD screen here that gives you all of your telemetry when you are connected to the X-Star. The gimbals they're a little, I guess they have a little bit more give to them than the they're a little easier to move. I would prefer mine to be a little bit stiffer, to be honest. But then, you know, all of the buttons down here that the Phantom radio doesn't have, that's a kind of a big deal, especially for people new to flying. I also like that on the radio, when you look at the ring around each of your sticks, you've got direction arrows, and for people that are new, that's very, very helpful. The other thing that I really like is, I'm going to flip this over. There are the stop and start button for video, and the camera for photos is right there at your fingertips when you're holding the radio. It's natural. You don't have to reach up here to do anything when you're trying to take a picture or start and stop recording your video. Now, you also have on the top of the radio, kind of like the, I mean, it's not kinda, it is like the Phantom. You have a play button up here, so you can play the media that you just recorded to check and see if you've got what you were looking for. You can change your camera settings as well, and then you have your gimbal tilt and your flight mode switch. Those you reach for, but quite honestly, when you actually hold them in your hand, you're not reaching that far. It's like the natural grip, the way they've set it up, is ergonomically correct. Whereas on the Phantom, because of where the sticks are and where your thumbs are, you want to hold it a little bit lower. I operate with my thumb on top of the sticks. Some people will pinch, and they'll use a harness. But when I'm doing this, it doesn't feel right. I feel like right at the top of this rubber grip there should be a button, and there's not. Autel has taken care of that by putting it there. It's right where, when you're holding it, it's right here. So those are the differences between the two radios. The Autel radio overall, even though it's a little bit taller, it feels a little bit lighter. It's not by much. I'm not going to say that it's extremely lighter, but I really like having the option of being able to go out and just fly without connecting my media device. Now, the one thing I don't like about this Autel is a standard USB plug, when plugged in here, protrudes past this handle. So when you set it down, you're actually putting pressure on that cable. I don't like that. I wish I don't have that problem when I use my Apple cables, because the connection is, or the USB portion is much smaller. But when I'm using my Android cable, it does kind of stick out past this handle, and I really don't like that. It's not light bridge. It's just connected to the 900 megahertz video transmitter or video receiver that's inside there, so you can get your 720. Aside from that, you know, they're basically equal. I feel like you have a little bit more leeway when it comes to the Autel as far as how you position your device, and you can still see your hands, whereas when you put your device on the Phantom radio, it's here and it kind of covers up the sticks, and I sometimes have to look down. That's just me. That's it. I hope it helps you guys. I hope that's what you're looking for. Again, you know, a couple things I didn't mention, I guess. These are height adjustable on both radios, which is good for those of you that have bigger hands, so you can raise them up further. And you know, you really need to get these in your hands yourself to feel them out. So if you have a retailer near you that has both of these items, I would highly suggest going there and feeling it out and taking a look. You'll notice a big difference between the Phantom 3 and the X-Star when you set them side by side. That's another video I'm going to do. It'll be part of my full review. But right now, I have to get back to writing some articles. So thanks for watching. Definitely leave any questions you have in the comment section. I do communicate, I do answer as often as I possibly can, sometimes pretty quickly, and clearly I take requests. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys that watch my video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Share it with your friends, the people that you fly with, and you know, just remember to fly safe and fly smart. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.